In today's interview, we discuss the entire product launch journey from patents to manufacturing to marketing. It's a short but efficient discussion on the right timing and sequence of each part of the product marketing journey and how our guest used this process to double his business each year for several years, and then to employ a tactic this year that is projected to 10x his business in the next 12 months.
Are you looking for new ways to make your sales grow? You've tried other podcasts, but they don't seem to know. Harvest the growth potential of your product or service as we share stories and strategies that'll make your competitors nervous. Now, here's the host of the Harvest Growth Podcast, John LeClaire.
Today, I'm excited to talk about a product called the Snug Plug. Now, I've been a user of this product for a long time. Actually, before I met today's guest, Salim, I bought it, used it in my own house. If you've got loose plugs that fall out of the wall like I do, like everybody does, this is a really ingenious and simple solution that helps solve that. I'll let Salim describe it in more detail, but it's a great product. You're going to want to hear about the product itself and the interesting journey that they've had in bringing it to market and really growing it every year since then. First of all, though, Salim, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John. Good to meet you.
Absolutely. Can you describe what is the Snug Plug product and how'd you come up with the idea?
Yeah, it's a really simple concept. It's the purpose of Snug Plug is, like you mentioned earlier, to prevent or stop plugs falling out of loose wall outlets. And this is a very common problem. Everyone experiences this with all walks of life. If you travel, airports, hotels, they always have loose outlets because they get so much usage, or just people in rentals, apartments, older homes, older office buildings. And so what Snug Plug does is it essentially provides convenience for a lot of people who maybe don't want to pay $100, $150 for a service call fee for an electrician to come replace their outlets. If they don't know how to replace them themselves, it's essentially a quick fix for tons and tons of people. And the way it came about, we brought it to market, was my partner, Joel Switzer. He was an engineer, and he started engineering, and he was a tenant renting, and his apartment always had issues with plugs falling out, and he was just sick and tired, frustrated with it. So he, shimmed up some little device, and it worked, and he created a CAD file of the Snug Plug, and a while later, we convened, and after much talking, that's how we ended up partnering and bringing it out to the market.
And I've got one here. Here's a box for our audience can see if you're watching the video of the Snug Plug. You can also check it out at snugplugstore.com. But it's a really simple, small plastic device you just insert right into your outlet, and it makes the fit tighter. So, and it works with any outlet, any type of plug. Super easy to use, really inexpensive as well, but it does solve that problem. Did you, I imagine, go through quite a bit of iteration or development as part of the process to get just the right type of plastic, the right type of fit?
We did. Originally, several variations. We originally started as doing a stamp die production. So, you got a sheet of polymer plastic. You take a really heavy stamp at a factory, and they stamp it, and trying to explain it as best I can, but it's and then you have to bend it yourself once you receive it. And then, sales started trickling slowly. We originally started with a 10-pack. We were in a 4-pack and a poly bag with a paper insert. And then we, moved up to printing on the poly bag, and then moved up to, hey, we can actually afford now to do, make an injection mold with the plastic injection. So we've had many iterations, and it's come a long way. So definitely didn't start that way. It would have made things much easier on us back in the day, though.
And on the business side, we had a conversation before this about your process. And one interesting thing that you did is you started with legal. So before manufacturing and you got to marketing, et cetera, your first step was legal. Why was that?
We were very concerned. You always hear, in the news about, so-and-so company stole someone's idea and they brought it to market first. And, the company or the person that actually invented the product is there's nothing they can do about it. So we just really wanted to cover our bases. So before doing anything marketing, talking to manufacturers, before even getting quotes for manufacturing, we finished our legal work. We, created a corporation, and then, interviewed dozens of patent attorneys and found a patent attorney we liked and had him file for the patent for us. And we got it awarded relatively quickly. I think it was within about a year, but from what I've heard, it could definitely be drawn out and take several years to get a patent approved. So that was the first part of it, and it was tougher also because we were funding it out of pocket. We didn't have investors. It was just between Joel and myself. So the first year to 2 years was just all expenditures. Yeah. After patent, then we did the creating packaging, artwork, manufacturing. Yeah.
You talked about your patent being an early part of the process, also because you were looking for a license deal. So can you talk a little bit about your process? Originally, you wanted to do a license deal, but then you changed direction and marketed the product yourself. What was the decision point in changing from a license deal to now running and launching the business on your own?
Yeah, so we had in our mind, we thought that first off, that everything was going to be much easier. We thought, though, as soon as people, hear about this product and realize the frustration and it alleviates, they're going to love it and they're going to want to buy it. So we were originally planning like, hey, let's formalize this legally and then license the product, and hopefully some big company will take it and roll with it, and we'll just collect royalties. And we spoke with. We both, Joel and I, have a background in sales, business sales. So we were able to find buyers at several big box stores, such as Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, Dollar General, all those places. And we kept coming up with the same rejection every single time, is they want to see a track record of sales, proof of concept. And we'd explain to them, like, we understand what you're asking for, but this is, it's a brand new product. Never has anything like it been on the marketplace, and we're offering you the opportunity to launch the product and run with it. And that's really where we struggled. Well, began the long struggle was having a company look past the fact that we're a new product and start things that way. So what that brought us to is we came to the conclusion that, hey, all these companies want to see track record of sales, so let's show proof of concept. And thankfully, at the time, Amazon online sales, everything's been growing rapidly last, decade or two. So we decided to create a listing on Amazon, and we started listing it and selling it on Amazon. And it started very slowly. Sales were trickling in. We weren't advertising. It was just essentially word of mouth. And at first it was very, very slow. We just get a couple sales a day, maybe a couple sales a week. And it seemed like week by week it was growing and growing all on its own with no marketing from our part. And that was the start of us pushing sales for Snug Plug.
Yeah. So from that point, you've now on Amazon and you've had success. As you mentioned, you've been growing every year, doubling your business every year. So how do you accomplish that? So getting on Amazon is one thing. And that first year sometimes is easy for a really good product like this, but to continue growing year after year after year, especially that level of growth where you're doubling your business year after year, how have you guys been able to accomplish that? What has worked really well so far for your business?
One of the things that we noticed worked very well, and is kind of like a double-edged sword, but actually COVID was very helpful to us. Having people at home browsing the internet, not at work, that really helped us. So, at the beginning of COVID, our sales really started increasing rapidly. And then what started happening almost naturally, organically, we didn't even seek this out at first, was just consumers purchasing it, trying it, loving it, sharing it with friends, and more importantly, sharing it across social media, across Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So that really, really started helping us, was just getting free advertising from influencers posting about their experiences using Snug Plug online. And since then, we've been in contact with other influencers, and we sign contracts with them sometimes to promote for us. But that's been a huge help, is just people's word of mouth, and also posting videos online has really been helpful.
And your next step now, so you've gone from posting videos online to now a national TV campaign to really catapult that growth. And as you and I have talked about, obviously TV is a great tool to be able to take a high growing business and really escalate and, exponentially grow the business from there. So what are your plans now as you use television to really expand your business to the next level?
Yeah, so one of our original plans was always to, be selling in big box stores, primarily the big ones like Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Best Buy, those places. And that is still our goal. That's going to be our goal for 2025, is to be in big box stores. But we're really using the direct response commercials to help catapult us to that level. And we already have negotiations underway with Home Depot and Lowe's. What they're waiting for is to see how our performance runs on the commercials before they stock us in the stores. So that is really our end goal, to be in the big box stores. But the commercials, it's a really cool thing that came about. I never expected it, and my partner Joel and I were actually both in the commercial, and it's just funny how things work out. I never wanted or looked to be on TV or commercials, but ended up falling in our lap. And yeah, it's a really cool opportunity to have, taken part in and experienced. Yeah. And that's we're airing officially. It's going to have aired right after Halloween. So by the time everyone's listening to this, they should be able to see Snug Plug, all the major networks, ESPN, MTV, HBO, not HBO, but, Nickelodeon, all those channels. Yeah.
And a great way for our audience to check it out as well as go to YouTube and search for Snug Plug. You'll see the video there. You'll see it on the website as well and other places. Well, it's been a really helpful interview, I think. Salim, do you have any advice? If you could kind of rewind and think back to your early days, what advice would you give to yourself, right? Or to others that are out there looking to grow their business?
The single most important piece of advice I could give is to surround yourself with a network or community of like-minded people, maybe someone who's already accomplished whatever it is you're seeking to accomplish yourself. Because having advice or being referred to someone, for example, an attorney or a manufacturer or someone who does marketing, just having that connection can really help you. Because a lot of times if you're going at it alone, it's like you're seeking direction in the dark and you can't find your way and you don't know what to do or who to talk to. And it's really helpful when you're in a community, whether it's, going on forums online or having a mastermind that you go to in person. It's really helpful to have other people to guide you and to give you advice from their experiences also.
And is there anything I didn't ask, Salim, that you think could be helpful for our audience?
Nothing really comes to mind about you not asking, but we appreciate the support. We appreciate you hosting us on your podcast. If customers want to check us out, we appreciate the support. Like you said, our website is snugplugstore.com. They can also check us out on walmart.com, amazon.com, and hopefully if they're watching TV, just kicking back Friday night, they'll see us on the commercial too.
Absolutely. And I do want to encourage our audience, as Salim mentioned, go to their website, snugplugstore.com. It's in the show notes, as always. If you're driving, don't worry about writing it down. You can go check it out later. But snugplugstore.com, you can check out his new national TV spot, also learn more about the product, and of course, find him on Amazon and elsewhere. And did you know you can meet with a member of my team absolutely free for a 30-minute strategy consultation? We've launched and grown hundreds of products since 2007 and learned some of our strategies while growing OxyClean back in the Billy Mays days. We're here to help. So please go to harvestgrowth.com and set up a call if you'd like to discuss further.